my name is Maddy and this is Aries, my little furry friend. We are here to tell you the story of little Sophia and her sister Elisabeth. Now, I've told you the story of Sophia when she was very grumpy, but I haven't told you about Elisabeth, her older sister. And this story is about Elisabeth and what happened to her. One day she came back from school and she saw her mommy really angry, extremely angry, and she didn't know what had happened. And she walked into the house and her mom starts scolding her. I mean, state in the art scolding. She was furious. Elisabeth, you broke the TV. How could you do that? It's gonna cost me a fortune to fix it. How irresponsible of you. But Mom, I was in school all day. I don't know what you're talking about. I know you did this. You broke the TV. Aries got scared because I was shouting, so he left. I'm sorry, Aries. Do you want to come back? Good boy. So, Elisabeth didn't understand what had happened because she didn't break the TV. In fact, she suspected that there was another culprit in the house. Someone much cuter because smaller that her mommy wouldn't suspect because she cannot technically be tall enough to reach the TV. Her sister Sophia is only 3-year-old, but sometimes she likes to mess around the house, break stuff. But she's teeny tiny and the TV is up, so she couldn't possibly reach it. But that day she had climbed on the furniture, very cleverly using a little chair, because she wanted to watch Pig on TV. But the thing is, she was careless and she pulled one of the cables and the TV fell next to her, right on the floor, and the screen broke. Nothing bad happened to her. She was perfectly safe because the TV fell next to her and the electricity didn't go and stuff like that. But it was fairly scary, so she ran away to her bedroom and pretended she was asleep. Her mommy came a few seconds later because she heard the noise and she saw that. But she didn't see anybody. She knew Sophia was upstairs and Elisabeth was in the garden. She was playing. So she assumed it was Elisabeth because Elisabeth is taller. And she scolded her. Elisabeth was fairly upset about this. As a matter of fact, she was extremely sad because when she said to her mom she didn't do anything, her mom didn't believe her. She thought Elisabeth was messing to get away with it. But she wasn't. She genuinely did not do it. Isn't that sad? She got the blame for something she didn't do. And Sophia was hiding in her bed, pretending to be asleep because she was scared to be scolded too. Elisabeth was no fool. She knew straight away that if it wasn't her who did it, nor her mommy, it could only be Sophia. So after her mom stopped scolding her and sent her to her room, she discreetly got out of the room to go in Sophia's room and ask her what had happened. But Sophia was too scared to say anything, so she pretended she didn't do anything. No, Elisabeth, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. I was asleep. You're lying, Elisabeth said. Mommy scolded me because you did that. How could you do this to me? I didn't do anything. I didn't do, said Sophia. She was lying, of course, but she was too scared to tell the truth. it hurt Elisabeth's feelings. It hurt her deeply, first to be scolded like that by her mom, and then that her sister would lie to her. Can you imagine how sad she was? She went back to her bedroom and she cried and she cried and she cried. She could not believe what had happened. And she was stuck in her room. And her mom said that she would be punished for an entire week, that she wouldn't be allowed to play on the iPad, that she wouldn't be allowed to play with her friends after school, and that she had to come straight back home, do her homework and go to her room. What a punishment. So Elisabeth was extremely sad. I know Iris is crying for Elisabeth. I know, Iris, that's really sad. I know. Iris is getting upset. She cannot believe what happened to Elisabeth. I know. So eventually, Elisabeth's mother calmed down and they got to chat in a calm way. And Elisabeth kept telling her mom that it wasn't her. After a few days of being mad, her mom calmed down and eventually told Elisabeth that she believed her, that she didn't do that. She understood, but she did not apologize. She was too proud to apologize, which hurt Elisabeth even more because she was expecting an apology. I mean, she was scolded and punished, but she didn't receive any apology, and she was extremely sad. As a matter of fact, she was so sad every day. She came back to her room and she cried, and she cried and she cried, and she didn't know what to do because even though her mommy started believing her, she didn't apologize. She was too stubborn. But even though she didn't apologize, she lifted the punishment and she started being extra nice with Elisabeth because she knew she hurt her feelings. So she made her extra nice breakfast in the morning and she was extra nice. I know, Iris, I know that's an upsetting story. It's okay, Elisabeth's gonna get better. Don't worry. He's getting upset for Elisabeth because he knows how sad she is. So, but the mommy was really nice. She was trying her best to be extra nice with Elisabeth. But the thing is, you know, when someone is super mean to you, when you've done absolutely nothing wrong, and you're taking so much anger on yourself, it is perfectly normal to be upset. And it's perfectly normal, even a few days later, to still be upset. Everybody has their own rhythm to heal. Everybody is different. And Elisabeth had gotten hurt. So she needed time to heal. She needed time to process what had happened and let herself be better. Iris is upset for Elisabeth. He's gone. So after a few days, Elisabeth started feeling better. And better and better. And eventually she made up with her mom. And they both kind of started talking and laughing together and feel better. But the sadness was still a little bit in there. She needed time to heal, you know. She really needed time. And that's something that I wanted to talk about with you guys. Because I think it's important sometimes to talk about sadness. What do you guys think Elisabeth should have done to make herself feel better and feel less sad inside? There are many things. Iris, come here. Come and tell us. no, Aries is too upset. He doesn't want to come anymore. So I'm going to tell you. So basically, it was okay for Elisabeth to be sad, and there's many ways she could use to make herself feel better. First, going to school and talking to other children helps take your mind off things. It helps you heal faster when you're not thinking of what's happened over and over and over again in your head. That helps. There are many distractions. Playing, or if at the moment there is a virus outside and people are telling us to stay at home, so we don't get to see all of our friends. Usually Elisabeth will go out and play with her friends, but because of the virus she can't. She has to stay at home with Sophia and her mom and her dad. So it makes things a little difficult. So a thing I would advise Elisabeth to do to feel better is try to find an activity that she can do from home, and that would take her mind off being sad. For example, singing. Singing is a great thing if you like singing, or dancing, or drawing stuff, you know, that's something she can do from home. Another thing is the phone. She can phone her friends. She can talk to them over the phone. She can talk to her nanny or someone she loves over the phone. One thing that's really important is communication and being able to talk about your feelings. Maybe she's not able to talk to her mommy because her mommy has been proud and hasn't apologized, but it doesn't mean she cannot talk about the problem. Maybe there's another adult, maybe her dad, she could talk to about that problem. Or her nanny, or someone, one of her friends she could talk to, and you know, let that get out of her a little bit. It's important to talk, but it's also important to try and cheer yourself up in those type of situations. For example, me, I have Aries, so I can go on walks with him, wear my mask of course and be careful, but I can walk him, get some fresh air. It takes my mind off being sad if something upsets me. What else can we do? In times of COVID-19, it's really hard. It's really hard, and it's important to take care of yourself and to make sure that you are feeling okay in your heart. And sometimes, you know, being stuck at home all day with your family, these things could happen, being scolded by your parents, and it's not always fair. What happened to Elisabeth is definitely not fair, but it happens a lot. Each and every one of you who have a brother or a sister knows that sometimes you get the blame for something they did. You will get scolded for something they did, and it's not fair, but you know, your parents are trying their best and they're only human, then they can make mistakes and they won't always apologize, they won't always get there, you know. Things are not always fair. So you have to help yourself first. You need to find someone you can talk to, someone you trust and you feel safe around and you can talk to. I can talk to Aries. Aries won't say a thing to anybody. He only speaks to me. I'm lucky that way. But if I'm really, really sad, I can always call my friends. And at home, I try to take my mind off things. You can also watch a little bit of TV. I like that cartoon from Disney. You know, that one with the blonde lady. What's her name? Elsa. I love her song. What's that song? Frozen thing. What's the tune again? Let it go, can't hold it back anymore. That's a cool song. You could sing that. What else? There's so many things you can do, but it's different from one kid to another. And of course we cannot do like group activities the same way we used to. like basketball, football and stuff like that might not be accessible at the moment, but I'm sure as a child you can find hundreds of ways to have fun and take your mind off things. So Elisabeth eventually got better. She spoke to her bestie over the phone and vented a little bit about Sophia and what Sophia had done. But eventually Sophia, being only 3, was super cute and super nice and kind of apologized to her and said she was sorry. Her mom didn't, but she was extra nice to her, so that was her way of saying sorry. And Elisabeth over time grieved, because that's what it's called. When something hurts you, you take time, you grieve. She took time to kind of get over what had happened. And eventually she got better and started laughing again and started talking. And she spoke to her dad as well, who spoke to her mom and told her mom she had been too far. So that helped the situation a little bit. And that's it. She got better and she made up with Sophia and they went on playing and having fun at home and things got better. So that's my little story. If you have any questions, for example, want to know like ways of having fun, or if you want to give me examples on how you help yourself feel better in those situations, how you take your mind off those things, just drop a comment below and I'd be glad to see all your creative ways. Thank you so much for listening. Aries is gone to sleep now, but from him and from me, have a good day.